In this short overview video, you're going to learn how to create an assessment on TenMarks. You can use a TenMarks assessment for a check for understanding or for maybe a weekly quiz or unit test. Or you might even use an assessment to do an initial grade level assessment to start off the year or an end of year assessment looking at how your students have done overall. Two key questions to keep in mind will be what content do you want to assess and what playlists do you want to generate? Because when students complete their assessments on TenMarks, a set of personal recommendations that we call a playlist will be surfaced up to the teacher. So because of this connection between assessments and playlists, you can also use assessments to start interventions. So those are some of the reasons why you'd want to do an assessment. Now let's look at how. I'm logged in here to my TenMarks Math account. And to create a new assessment, all I do is click on the top black bar where it says Assessment. What you'll see is a page that shows any existing assessments you have created, but most importantly, you'll see an area to create a new assessment. The first thing you'll want to do before creating that new assessment is to make sure that you're addressing the assessment to whichever class in your drop-down menu that you'd like to make this for. In this case, I'm going to use my 4th grade class, and I'll simply click to create a new assessment. There are 3 required fields. The first is to select who you want to send this to, and your choice is to assign to all of the students in your class or just individual students. If you choose the second option, you can click multiple students at a time to receive the assessment. In many cases, you'll be assigning to all of the students in your class. Next, you'll want to give the assessment a name. And in this case, I'm going to give it a fractions pretest. You'll also be able to specify a start time and date. So if you're going to be giving your students a quiz, you might want to make sure that this starts approximately when your class would be beginning. In this case, I'm going to make it for today's date. The final thing that you'll be creating or choosing when you create your assessment is whether it will be a grade level assessment or a standard level assessment. With the grade level, this assessment will generally take an entire class period and cover all of the standards in the grade. For the standard level, you'll be able to choose which specific standards will be assessed. And for each standard that you choose, we would be including about 6 questions on the assessment. In either case, whether you've chosen grade level or standard level, we always think it's a good idea to click Preview Assessment. And this will show you the exact questions that your students will receive, even though they will receive the questions in a randomized order. This allows you to double check and make sure that approximately the number of questions and the type of questions on your assessment match what you really want to assess. Then, if you're ready to assess, you simply click Assign Now, and all of the students in your class will now have received that particular assessment. You can either then create another assessment or go back to view all of the assessments that are either open or closed. It's never been so easy to create assessments on TenMarks. TenMarks, Teachers Amplified.